so hopefully you tried this problem. So if not, you can pause the video and try it now. So now we're going to try another problem. So how many cubic centimeters are there in 2.11 yards cubed? And it says 1 meter is equal to 1.094 yards. All right, same exact process. What am I looking for? I'm looking for cubic centimeters. So that's a centimeter to the cube. So that's what I'm looking for. Then we said, well, what did they give me? So they gave me 2.11 yards cubed. And they told me that 1 meter is equal to 1.094 yards. So then we say, okay, where do I start? Same thing like last time. We have two numbers that they gave me, so where do I start? So then I've got to say, okay, well, this one is just a one number by itself with 1 unit. This has got 2 numbers, 2 units, an equal sign. So I want to start with this guy because he's simpler. Even though he's cubed and it seems a little more, he's got less stuff. So we're going to start with him. All right, so I have yards cubed. I want centimeters. So then I say, well, do I have anything? I already used that. Do I have anything that relates yards cubed to centimeters? No. The only thing they gave me was this, and this has yards and meters, not yards cubed, not centimeters. But it's got yards in it. So, and I see, okay, this is yards cubed, this is yards, kind of similar. This is centimeters cubed and meters, but centimeter and meter are close. So my thought is, well, this is cubed. So I need to get this and this to be in the same units. This is cubed, this isn't. So before I start plugging stuff in, what I need this to be is I need these units to match. Because the only way I can cancel these out is if the units are the same. So what I want to do kind of off on the side is I want to cube this. So if I cube this, I'll have the same unit. So 1 meter is equal to 1.094 yards. I want to cube this whole thing so that my units will match up and cancel. 1 cubed is 1. If I take a meter and I cube it, now it's a meter cubed. I take the 1.094 and I cube it. I put it in my calculator. That comes out to be 1.3093. I take the yard and I cube it, so now it's yard cubed. So you have to cube everything. All the numbers, all the units. So now, this unit, my yards cubed, and this unit match. So now that it matches, I can get rid of this guy. Because the whole goal is to get to centimeters cubed. So he's got to disappear. The only way he disappears is if I have something that has yards cubed in it. So I had to find it. So I've got yards cubed. So yards cubed are going to go away. So they go on the bottom because they have to cancel. I want to go to centimeters cubed, but I can't go directly to centimeters cubed because the only thing I had yards cubed was this guy. So since he's related to meters cubed, then that means I can only go to meters cubed. So meters cubed have to go on the top. All right, so I've got yards cubed, meters cubed, so then I need some numbers that relate them. So I go back to my equation, I've got my 1.3093. This has to go with the yards. So I don't put it on top, I have to put it with the yards. So it goes on the bottom and the 1 goes on top. So now my yards cubed cancel. I've used this guy, indirectly I've used this guy. All right, so now I have meters cubed. I don't want meters cubed, I want centimeters cubed. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, I want meters cubed to go away, I'm trying to get to centimeters cubed. I want to be able to try to go from one to the other. They didn't give me anything else. I've used it all up. So I've got meters cubed, I want to go to centimeters cubed. The only difference between these two is the centi is a prefix. So the only difference is a prefix. So then that means I need to go to my prefix chart. So I go to my chart, I said, oh, okay, meter, centimeters cubed, or meters cubed, centimeters cubed. So it's the centi. So I look at centi, my little c, and it's 10 to the negative 2. Okay? So 10 to the negative 2. Oops. So if this is 10 to the negative 2, I'm going to put it up top, so I'm going to erase this for a second. So what that means is 1 centimeter is 10 to the negative 2 meters, because the centi is equal to 10 to the negative 2. And remember, we don't put the 10 with the prefix. So centi is 10 to the negative 2. They go on opposite sides. Okay? Now you might say, well, why don't you just put them here? There's the centi, put the 10 here and be done. Because these are cubed. The prefix chart is for them not to be cubed, just one of them. 1 centi, whatever, meters or whatever, to the non-prefixed unit. So this is 1 centimeter is 10 to the negative 2 without the prefix of that unit. So I can't just plug this in because these are not cubed and these are cubed. So the same as how I got this, I need them to match, so I need to cube these. So I take this entire thing and I cube it. 1 cubed is 1. A centimeter cubed is now a centimeters cubed. 10 to the negative 2. You could put it in your calculator, or you could just do the math in your head if you know how to do that. 10 to the negative 2 cubed is 10 to the negative 6. And then meters cubed. So now my units match. Centimeters cubed, centimeters cubed. Meters cubed, meters cubed. So now they match. So this 10 to the negative 6 is with my meters cubed. So I have to find the meters cubed, and that's where it goes. So this is going to go on the bottom, 1 goes on the top. Now my meters cubed cancel. So the only thing I have left is centimeters cubed, which is what I wanted. Now I do the math. The math is 2.11 times 1 times 1 divided by 1.3093 times 10 to the negative 6. So put this in parentheses, do the math. And when you do the math, you get 1.61 times 10 to the 6 centimeters cubed. Whenever you have scientific notation in the bottom like this, okay, make sure you put it in a parentheses when you do the division. If you don't put it in parentheses, it's not going to realize that this guy is in the bottom. So always use your parentheses. What I recommend doing is taking your calculator and actually putting all this in your calculator right now, so you can make sure that you can do your calculator to get the right answer. So you need to be able to make sure you know how to do this, both hand doing it yourself, like solving it yourself, but also can you put this in your calculator? I know it sounds silly, but like practice putting it in your calculator. But if you're not used to doing exponents, then you need to put it in your calculator. You need to practice it, okay? So practice putting that in your calculator. All right, we're gonna do the next problem. So this is density as a conversion. So earlier we talked about just finding density in general, but now we need to be able to use it as a conversion. Before the other problems, you might have just said, okay, well, density is equal to mass over volume, and you just plugged it into the equation and rearranged it. But you actually don't have to rearrange the density equals mass over volume equation. You don't even have to know it. I'm going to show you how you can use the density, how you can solve these types of problems without ever writing D equals M over V. And we're going to do it just like we did the other problems. So the problem says you can use density as a conversion. It tells me the density of PB. This is lead. Okay, so this is the symbol for lead. You'll learn it, but it's in here, so I'm telling you. So the density of lead is this 11.3 grams per centimeters cubed. How much does 4 centimeters cubed of lead weigh? So what am I looking for? Same process every time. What am I looking for? I want to know the weight. So I want to know the mass of my lead. And I'll let you know that I want you to find this answer in grams. I'll always tell you in the problem what I want you to do. Next, write what they gave me. So they told me the density was 11.3 grams per centimeters cubed. And they told me this guy. They just said, how much does this much of lead weigh? So you don't know what type of unit this is. You have to look at this, centimeters cubed. So this is a type of unit. It's not a temperature unit. It's not a mass unit. It's a volume unit. So you have to recognize this is the volume. So they gave me the volume. All right, so same process. I start with the simpler. This has 2 units. This has 1. So let me start with a simpler number. So 4.0 centimeters cubed. I don't want centimeters cubed. I want grams. So I want to be able to go from centimeters cubed to grams. So then I said, well, did they give me anything that has it in there? Well, this has got grams and centimeters cubed together. So this means this is one of those short, easy, 1 parentheses problems. So centimeters cubed go on the bottom because it's going to cancel. Grams are going to go on top. So now that I've got the units, I need something that goes here. So what related grams and centimeters cubed? Density. It has grams, it has centimeters cubed. So then we have to say, okay, well this is the 11.3. The 11.3 goes with the gram. Another way that you can look at this is this guy. So instead of it saying 11.3 grams per centimeters cubed, you could think about this as saying 11.3 grams is equal to 1 centimeters cubed. So whatever this number is, it goes with the gram, and then that's equal to a 1 here, centimeters cubed. So then my 11.3 has to go with the gram. So I look where the gram is. It's on top, so the 11.3 goes on top, the 1 goes on bottom. Centimeters cubed cancel. I'm left with grams, which is what I was trying to go to. I do the math, and I get 45.2 grams. And then I'm done. We never had to write density is equal to mass over volume and rearrange it. So if you're one of those people that struggle with rearranging the equation, the density equals mass over volume equation, then go this route. This route will help you because we don't have to know any equations. All we had to know was what were the units and cancel units. That's it. All right, the next video we'll do our last 2 problems for this chapter.